Selamat siang, teman-teman di Indonesia. Good afternoon, everyone in Indonesia. Good morning for our friends in the Netherlands. I'm very proud to present today's winners of the poster session. My name is Sarah Spronk. I'm the coordinator for innovation and health at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and I'm really happy to hear more about the amazing work that you have been doing over the last period of time in researching some beautiful programs. I will first do a short round of introductions with the three of you. And after that, you will all individually have the chance to pitch and say a little bit more about the research that you have been doing. But first of all, a little introduction to who you are. First of all, Mr. Afif Taufiqul Hakim, studying at the University of Twente. You are the winner of the category Fundamental or Basic Research with a poster presentation on floating breakwater for protecting sheltered coastal environment. That sounds very interesting. Can you shortly introduce yourself and say already a little bit short why you started working on this particular topic? Go ahead, Afif.
Okay, thank you very much for giving me the stage. Okay, well, my name is Afif, and I'm really interested about the coastal environment and about the erosion. So at that time when I was in the thesis phase at the university, I already graduated. I was really trying to find the research regarding the morphodynamics and hydrodynamics where the sand might move in the coastal region. So that's why, in a nutshell, why I undertook that research. Thanks. Back to the studio.
Thank you so much, Afif. That sounds really inspiring, and we're curious to learn more about the actual research you've been doing later on. Secondly, Mr. Zakky Muhammad Noor, you are the winner in the second category of applied research. Congratulations, first of all. You are studying, or you have studied at Desa Mint, Indonesia, and the title of your poster is Empowering Low-Tech Lab through Computational Thinking and CS Unplugged. Same questions for you. Can you shortly introduce yourself and say a little bit why you wanted to engage in this particular topic? The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much for this occasion. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zakky. Actually, I'm yeah.
Yeah, we hear you with intervals.
Actually, I'm studying at UNSW Sydney, but in this event, I register under the Desa Indonesia Foundation. The Desa Indonesia Foundation is an organization based in Indonesia that basically an organization that has a bunch of young people that have a spirit to develop the Indonesia through its villages.
Thank you, Zakky. It's nice to hear that you're.
Back to you.
Yes, thank you very much to you, Zakky, that you've been working already internationally with 3 countries, if I hear it correctly, with the Netherlands and Indonesia and Sydney. So I think a true example of international collaboration in your area of work. Before we hear more about what you've been actually doing, I would also like to introduce, last but not least, Mr. Erie Agusta. Congratulations, you are the winner in the 3rd category, creative work and project. And I see that you've been working in a team together also with Apriana and Juliarni. So that's great to see as well, at the Universitas Muhammadiyah in Palembang. And the title of your poster is Bekarang, Tradition as a Blue Economy, Symbol for Teaching Biology. Well, the questions are clear, I think. Can you shortly state who you are and maybe also your team members, and also why you wanted to engage in this particular topic? Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Erie Agusta. My partner is Mrs. Apriana and Mrs. Suliarni. We are from Faculty of Education, Teacher Training in University of Muhammadiyah Palembang. I have a problem. South Sumatra has a geographical position surrounded by 9 major rivers, and we know rivers an economic driver for the community because the river has been used as a transportation and trade route species from the past until now. But the issue of river damage in South Sumatra still occurs frequently. Unfortunately, learning biology has not integrated traditional value into class in South Sumatra. So, our problem is how to internalize the value of local wisdom of Bekarang tradition in biology learning. Okay, that's all.
Quite interesting, Erie, to see how you're working on very modern day topics like, well, climate and the flowing of rivers in collaboration with tradition. I think, in a sense, connecting the past and the future, which also makes us very curious.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
to delve more into the topics that you've been working on with so much dedication, I would, in the same order, like to invite you to give a short poster presentation to the many listeners we have online. A warm welcome also to all of you. So please, Mr. Afif, the floor is yours to share more about your work, so everyone will understand why you are a very deserved winner of the category Fundamental or Basic Research. Please go ahead. We're very curious.
Okay. I hope the screen is already presented. I would like to explain about the research that I have done with University of Twente and Deltares. So the research is regarding the floating breakwater for protecting the sheltered coastal environment. And what is it? So this is basically the structure that can attenuate the waves or that can reduce the wave that comes to the floating breakwater. So in the lee side of the floating breakwater, we can expect the reduction of the wave height so that we could also expect the reduction of the erosion. So before we jump into that particular discussion, so let me explain about the problem statement, why we should care about this, why this is important. So if you can see here, this is location in the southwestern part of the Netherlands, where you can see the intertidal areas, which is projected that in the future, it will be diminishing. If you see the picture, this location, you can see that the island, or this is called intertidal area, has quite extensive area. And then in 2045, research by EcoShape, it is projected that this location will be diminishing. And then why should we care about this? So if we see the picture, these three pictures on the right side, we can see that this is relevant to the birds, for instance, and then to the waves, to the extreme waves, and then also to the coastal region. What is the relevancy to the bird, for instance? So if we have the reduction of this area, we can expect that the foraging area for the birds, the place where the bird take the food, is also diminishing. And then what happens next? If this area is diminishing, then the area for the birds to take the food is also diminishing. It changed the food chain, it changed the ecosystem, so that it also makes the drawbacks on the environment, of course. And then if we talk about the flood, for instance, if this area is diminishing, then we can expect the flood or the wave overtopping could occur in this location where the dikes are constructed. So this is important. There are approaches that can be implemented, like nourishment, also the conventional breakwater. However, these measures are having drawbacks. So we try to introduce floating breakwater as one solution. The methods we undertook to do this research is simple, using the hydrodynamic and morphodynamics numerical model using Delft3D, software developed by Deltares, one of the renowned institution in the Netherlands. So we try to undertake the 1D simulations just to know the conceptual understanding towards what happened when we implement the floating breakwater in these locations. 4-wave conditions that we implemented and see what happens when these 4-wave conditions with the floating breakwater being implemented in this location and what happens. The results show that in different wave conditions, so we have 4-wave conditions. In milder wave conditions, let's see these 2 wave conditions, the floating breakwater could reduce the wave height significantly. It means that the maximum reduction of the wave height could reduce erosion by 100%, which means that using floating breakwater, it could be promising to reduce erosion, to save the birds. And then if we see the wave condition 3 and 4, we can see that the erosion still occurred, which means that the use of floating breakwater under extreme wave conditions is not really reliable, but it could also reduce erosion. And the interesting thing here is, okay, using the floating breakwater, we can have expectation to reduce erosion in the area that I just mentioned about the intertidal flats. So the conclusion about the research that we did with Deltares is the floating breakwater could reduce the wave height so that we can reduce the erosion. And then the take-home message that we can understand here is the floating breakwater could be used to prevent erosion in the sheltered coast with deep water, especially under mild wave conditions. So that's it for my explanation for the research. And if you have any question, just reach me out in the email or any other contact. Thank you very much. And I will give the stage back to the studio.
Yes, thank you so much, Afif. It's really interesting to see what you're doing and how you're, well, contributing to the protection of the coast, but as well as wildlife, particularly birds, but I can imagine also a broader part of the ecosystem. So I really wish you a lot of luck with the continuation of the work on this. And I hope you have inspired not only us in the studio, but also your fellow researchers online to connect and to see how you can further strengthen forces. So thank you very much for your insightful presentation. Having said that, I would like to invite our second winner, Mr. Zakky Muhammad Noor, to share more about the research that you have been doing in the category of applied research. Please, Mr. Zakky, go ahead. The floor is all yours.
Yeah, let me share my screen. Is my screen is on? Okay. Okay, I hope my screen is on. Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm honored to present to all of you the remarkable initiatives called the Babar Kalesang Low-Tech Environment Laboratory for Babai Islands. Actually, this project is a joint effort between the Summit Indonesia Foundation, which I introduced before, Babras Indonesia, and PT PLN, and also the local educational communities institutions. So the goal is to tackle the information and technology disparities that have long hindered progress in Indonesia's treaty regions. Treaty means outermost, remote, and disadvantaged areas. So let me start to the problem statement. By understanding the problem, information and technology disparities create a significant barrier to innovation and development in treaty regions. The this, I cannot share my screen. My friend said, sorry. Let me check. Okay, I guess this need to be restart. The Google Chrome needs to be restarted. So let me just continue. So by understanding the problem is information and technology disparity, and we want to fix this problem in one of the treaty regions, and we found Maluku Barat Daya, the Babar Islands. So this is reflected in the low human development index ranking, with the Babar Islands falling the bottom 11 regencies in Maluku province. So how did we address these pressing issues? Our project involved approximately 250 participants, including primary and secondary school students and teachers. We structured our activities and training sessions into 3 distinct phases: brainstorming, focus group discussions, and hands-on training. These include workshops such as digital literacy, computational thinking, and especially CS Unplugged, emphasizing understanding technology without high-tech devices. So the result was very transformative. Our collaborative efforts successfully bridged the gap in access to quality education and technology in the Babar Islands. The introduction of high-tech devices and intensive workshops enhanced the digital literacy of the students, the computational thinking skills, and also sparking enthusiasm among all participants. And not only for the students, we also impacted the teachers, because we also guided the teachers in creating innovative and creative materials infused with computational thinking method. This empowerment has enabled the teachers to confidently implement the computational thinking activities in their syllabus, in their classroom. So in conclusion, this project has been the low-tech environment laboratory. The name of the project, the main project, has been a significant step towards reducing information disparities in remote regions like Babar Islands. And we believe this successful effort will serve as a role model for empowering other treaty regions. And we hope there are many other institutions that wants to collaborate with us, the Zaman Indonesia Foundation, especially in Indonesia, to do such model of activity in treaty regions. So we can not only impact the students, but also the teachers. And additionally, lastly, advocating for policy changes and increased funding to support similar initiatives can help and narrow information and technology disparities, not only in Indonesia, but also in other marginalized areas worldwide. So thank you for your attention, and I'll be happy to address any question if you can reach me in my contact. Thank you very much, and I give back the floor to you in the studio.
Thank you very much, Zakky. This was again really inspiring to hear that you are inspiring both students and teachers, as well as contributing to connecting the different parts, especially remote parts of the beautiful country of Indonesia, in the work that you've been doing. As well as creating a kind of prototype that can be used also in other countries that may need to be disclosed. So I can imagine that you are a inspiring winner. And again, I hope that our listeners online feel the same and do connect you if there is a match to the work that they are doing. So again, for you, I wish you a lot of luck and
sure.
success and pleasure, and we'll be in touch. Thank you so much for your presentation. Then last but not least, I would like to invite Mr. Erie from his team to share about the work that you have been doing over the last time. We're looking forward to hearing more about your, connecting the future and the past, or the past and the future in biology. So tell us more. We're eager to learn what you've been doing. The floor is yours.
Okay. Is my presentation is on? Is my presentation on? No. Okay. You share screen. Okay. Thank you, Afwandi. Present slide. Choose your computer. Okay, upload file. Oh. Okay. I hope my presentation is on. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I would like to say thank you for coming to my presentation. It is great to see you all. Let me introduce myself and my partner. I am Erie Agusta, and my partner, Mrs. Apriana and Mrs. Yuliarni. We are from Faculty of Education and Teacher Training, University Muhammadiyah of Palembang. Ladies and gentlemen, it is in this presentation we will discuss about Bekarang tradition as a blue economic symbol for teaching biology. I would like to give you a brief outline of my presentation. You can see my abstract. Okay, next. This is our abstract. Our problem statement is how to internalize the value of local wisdom of Bekarang tradition in biology learning. The study used a qualitative method with an ethnoscience approach. The value instilled by the Bekarang tradition include cooperation and environmental care attitude. The relevant material is the ecosystem. Learning design can use SRL strategies. The Bekarang tradition can be integrated through the SRL model on ecosystem material. This combination has the potential effect of improving cooperation and environmental care attitude. We have a 6 keyword such as blue economy, local wisdom, Bekarang tradition, South Sumatra, and biology learning. Okay, the first problem statement. South Sumatra is one of province in Indonesia. We know South Sumatra as the Sriwijaya Empire from the past. This province has a geographical position surrounded by 9 major rivers. Rivers are an economic driver for the community because the river has been used as a transportation and trade routes for fish from the past until now. But the issue of river damage in South Sumatra still occur frequently. Students have an important role to play in resolving environmental issues. South Sumatra has several good river management traditions. Unfortunately, learning biology has not integrated traditional value into class in South Sumatra. The solution is to integrate the local wisdom value of the Bekarang tradition into biology learning. So the problem statement is how to internalize the value of local wisdom of Bekarang tradition in biology learning. This is our method. This research use a qualitative method with an ethnoscience approach. The research instrument use interview sheets and documentation. Data analysis was carried out in a six stage, such as 1. Processing and preparing data for analysis. 2. Reading all data. 3. Starting coding all data and recording through NVivo application. 4. Applying the coding process to describe setting, participant, category, and themes to be analyzed. 5. Presenting description of themes in narrative or reports. 6. Making data interpretation. The interpretation of data obtained is reconstructed and integrated into biology learning. Data interpretation for the reconstruction of Bekarang tradition in biology learning is made through two stages, such as 1. Thematic analysis that focus on example of topics that can be used as a context for science learning. 2. Interpretation of the context and contents of indigenous science for science education based on socio-scientific issue. The last triangulation was conducted by comparing the data obtained in the previous field study with other pre-existing literature documentation related to the Bekarang tradition. This is our result. Bekarang tradition as a value resources for biology learning. The Bekarang is a tradition of catching fish using traditional equipment. The catch can be sold at the market or enjoyed by the community. This tradition illustrates a balanced interaction pattern between the community and the river ecosystem. It is no exaggeration to say that the Bekarang tradition symbols the blue economy at the regional level. The value of this tradition, the value of this tradition are environmental care, cooperation, passion, hard work, and responsibility. The Bekarang can be applied using the concept of eco-pedagogy. The biology subject matter relevant to the value of the Bekarang tradition is ecosystem material. Biology learning design that can be done to integrate the value of Bekarang tradition can be ethnobiological learning. One of the learning model that can be chosen is the SRL model. This is our syntax in SRL model. 1. Analyze. Student analyzes the learning outcome that will be obtained. 2. Observing. Student observe the phenomenon of environmental change in South Sumatra through the news. 3. Asking. Student formulate question. 4. Planning. Student plan the field practice of the Bekarang tradition like a tool, material, and technique for implementing the Bekarang tradition. 5. Collecting information. Student collect information about effort to perceive the river environmental through the practice of the Bekarang tradition. 6. Association. Student associate the result of field practice activity. 7. Communicating. Student communicate the result of field practice. 7. Evaluating. Student evaluate the learning outcome that have been obtained and evaluate the plans that have been prepared. And the last, modifying. Student modifying the plans prepared with new plans if there are less than optimal evaluation achievement. So the last my presentation, conclusion and suggestion. We have a 3 conclusion and 2 suggestion. My conclusion: first, the Bekarang can be applied using the concept of eco-pedagogy. 2, the Bekarang tradition can be integrated through the SRL model on ecosystem material. 3, this combination has the potential effect of improving cooperation and environmental care attitude. The last, our suggestion: one, future research will use experimentation method. And 2, testing for potential effect needs to be done with the test substantiation. Thank you for your listening. May all those we have shared be beneficial for all of us. So we will come back to studio. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih, Erie. It was really interesting again to see the wonderful research you've been doing with your team. And I heard a few values that are interesting, I think, for the work that you're doing, but which can also be important lessons maybe in other areas of, nature preservation or even broader areas of work. I heard environmental care, cooperation, the importance of patience, hard work and responsibility, and that these values can also be integrated in eco-pedagogy. So thank you so much for doing this valuable work and for sharing your insights with all our listeners online. I hope that it will result in nice connections and future collaboration with participants in other parts of Indonesia or maybe even in the Netherlands or beyond. And I wish you the best of luck with this important work that you're doing as a team. So salamat sukses dan terima kasih.
Sama-sama.
Assalamualaikum. Having seen these 3 presentations, I see that all have been inspired and doing beautiful work, which is future-proof, based on the topics that they engage on, the preservation of nature with very practical and problem-oriented solutions. And also by engaging with the future generation, with children, students, teachers, so that you're broadening your knowledge and the people who are stimulating this development. So thank you all for being present. Thank you all for your presentations. And I wish you the best of luck to your future endeavors. This is the closure of this poster session, and we will see each other in a few minutes with the next part of the winner conference. Terima kasih dan sampai jumpa.